Alright, good afternoon. Welcome back to Three Swords Gaming. We are going to continue our playthrough of the Arknights Endfield story now that patch 1.2 has been released. I want to offer a couple of, I don't want to say disclaimers, but let's say notes. I want to make a couple notes as we go into this. One, I was surprised by how long the 1.2 story is. Like, it was a good couple hours longer than I was actually expecting. And that was, on my main account where I'm, like, reading the dialogue and at times moving it forward even though, the voice acting is not done yet. Just in the interest of advancing the story, I'll, like, read it and I'll be like, okay, I'm happy with that, I'll move forward. Obviously, for this playthrough, we're going to listen to all the voice acting, so that's going to protract it even a little bit more. So I genuinely expect this to take several videos because there's a bit more to this patch than I was actually expecting. The other little note that I want to just get out up front, my main account is stronger than this account. Probably by a meaningful margin. Like, I run Tong Tong as main, and I have her pretty well built up, and still struggled with a couple of encounters. Well, with one encounter primarily. Because the other one, they give you, like, they go to immersive mode, so, like, Tong Tong wasn't available to me and stuff like that. But there's one encounter where I had my primary team and still struggled a little bit because at the end of the day, I'm not that good at gaming, right? So on this account, because this team is quite a bit weaker, I don't know how that's going to go. So we will take that as it comes. We will see. Now, what I'm not going to do is record, like, me going through the same encounter multiple times, if that's what it takes. Obviously, I'll cut that out, but I also don't want to hide that or, like, be deceptive. There's a possibility that on one of the encounters in this patch, what it'll probably do is, like, transition from me dying the first time directly into the success and cut out, like, the entire fight a second time.
Mifu, do you really need an entire army for this operation?
No. Their job is to shore up our defenses. The Watchguard's most important duty is to keep the city safe. Other elite squads will be operating outside the city to locate the enemy.
What? Locate the enemy? Why not just seize the initiative and attack them already?
No. Decapitation is a job reserved for the Yinglong Special Task Force.
Yinglong Special Task Force?
Oh, it's like the Wuling Delta.
Wait, isn't that her task force? Oh, never mind. I didn't say anything.
You obviously did, Chen. Her? Chen, who is her? It's Chen's girlfriend.
It's someone I knew before. Just some old friend who's kinda hard to deal with. It's nothing, really. I was just a little surprised to hear she might be coming is all.
Yinglong Special Task Force is an elite unit under HAS. They should be stationed at various key locations in hazardous rifts.
Indeed. Moving them from their North Wuling exclusion zone post also highlights the urgency of the local situation.
We must take back the initiative. Is there anything Endfield can do to help?
An emergency call. The boss probably found something.
Endman, I'll keep this short. Our search teams have located the enemy.
Ardashir. Where was this taken?
The Marker Stone. We suspect he is wielding a form of spatial arts to avoid all of our defenses. The Marker Stone is the starting point of the Shiranite Dam and the central nexus of Shiranite energy. It is a key energy storage node for the entire Wuling Tianshi pillar system. If it were to be compromised, the Shiranite Dam will be unable to sustain Tianshi pillar array operations. Wuling will be quickly engulfed by the Blight Tide.
Ardashir is barely covering his tracks. This seems too flagrant of a move.
You are right, Supervisor Parlika. He only revealed himself. This might be a diversionary attack.
Any plans for the watch guards?
Continue bolstering the defenses of the city's peripheries and keep tracking other enemy targets. As for Ardashir, Endman, I hope we can discuss this face-to-face immediately.
I got this place covered. Go and help the boss.
Okay, I'll do that. So real quick, before we advance any further, let's get up to speed on like what brought us here, right? So 1.1, there was a problem in Qingbo, but it wasn't just that there was dissent internal to Qingbo that was being promoted by maybe Ardashir, but really Neferith and the Landbreakers, and they were pulling some of the folks in Qingbo, the Stockaders, towards their side, and other folks were resistant to that. And of course, we remember that resulted in the death of, what was his name, Ron Yi, I believe it was, which was Tong Tong's adopted brother, right? So that issue was largely resolved Qingbo internal, but the threat of Neferith and the Landbreakers to Wuling was not fully resolved. As Qingbo became somewhat stabilized, only somewhat stabilized, it appears that Neferith's intentions shifted directly to Wuling itself, and that a number of the Stockaders may have joined her, and she's got the Landbreakers, and so there's still a significant threat to Wuling, which is what brings us to where we are right now, right? That was the basis of the conversation with Mi Fu, and about the, was it Yinglong Special Task Force or whatever, and we'll be getting quite a bit more of that. And then also the conversation with Zhuangfang Yi. And so just for context also, and this is of course another reminder, and if you're a fan of the game, you're already well aware of this, Zhuangfang Yi is the current, like, prestige banner. Right, and this one's going for a long time. You can see it's already been out for 9 days, I think, because I think it started at 35 days. We still got 26 days left. Like, they're really, this whole patch seems to be driven both story-wise and logistics in terms of how they put the patch together, where they only have the one banner character, to drive every player towards Zhuangfang Yi. Now, I'm not going to pull for her because I'm sitting on all these pools for the rerun banner, and then for maybe 1.3, we'll see. And I'll talk more about that as the story advances, because I can show versus talk. So we're gonna just sit. We're gonna hold squat if you're a paratrooper, and not pursue Zhuangfang Yi. Like I said, they very much want people to pull for her. They also made her quite strong. I'm sure our team would be better if we built around Zhuangfang Yi, but I like pursuing the characters that I find likable, and I don't find her as likable as some others. So there you go. Okay, so kind of more setting the stage as we advance through this story chapter. More and more as I play through this game, and so like the story in 1.2 is kind of ups and downs. It's kind of a mixed bag, but their aesthetics continue to be 10 out of 10 for me. Now, of course, we saw this in 1.1, but, or actually maybe in 1.0, but it continues to be like just a dazzling area, right?
You're here.
It hasn't been long since the disturbance at Qingbo Stockade, but the enemies aren't giving us any rest. As I've said earlier, the Marker Stone is the origin of the Sheer Night Dam. It is also the origin of Wuling City. The HAS convinced a Fahrenheit proxy to leave a creation within the Marker Stone. Generations of Tianshi worked hard to complete the great structure we see today.
So this is a term that at this point in the story, the Fahrenheit proxy, it's going to be a foreign term to most players, I think. I don't know. I'm not far enough into the original Arknights game to know if this term comes up at some point during that story. But definitely if you're an Endfield only player, this is going to be a foreign term. They will explain it further, which is why I'm not going to put forth the effort to try and kind of delve into this right now.
This is key to the survival of Wuling. Nothing must happen to the Marker Stone.
What is the plan?
I can't leave Wuling City, and I'm afraid I can't spare any of the watchguards. This is why I hope Endfield can assume full control over the Marker Stone area.
Full control?
Yeah, me too, Chen. What does that actually mean? She has her name on her little thing here. I never noticed that before.
We will definitely help. But what exactly do you mean by full control?
Ardashir's identity and motives are unclear, but I have a feeling that the Endmen may help elucidate these mysteries for us.
Well, I elucidate whenever possible. Shuangfang Yi.
I have faith in you, Endmen. I grant you full authority in the field. The outcomes will be my responsibility.
Oh, well, I get to do what I want.
Administrator?
You'll not be disappointed.
Such confidence. We will figure out Ardashir's objective.
Endman, when facing a foe like Ardashir, we should practice caution.
I mean, that's fair. It's also consistent with your character, Perlica.
I don't want this to be yet another battle against Neferith where you end up hurting yourself.
We'll see. Bashful Endman is such a funny thing. Like, for a number of reasons. One, like, it's funny, like, it's cute, like, it's kind of adorable. But also, it's very weird for the character. Like, this is the Endman. That's like a big deal, right? But constantly getting lectured by Perlica.
Of course, I won't let the Endmen fight alone. Though resources and personnel are limited, I have prepared an expert in offensive battles in the Ether side for Endfield.
Oh, yay.
She shall meet up with you near the Marker Stone.
Could she be...
Are you mumbling again, Chen?
The Yinglong Special Task Force. They have left the North Wuling exclusion zone and are ready to handle the anomalies around Wuling. The YSTF member assigned to your support has quite the reputation. She is the youngest major currently in service to Wuling, and also the youngest task leader of YSTF. And her code name is Arcane.
Arcane. That's a good code name. I like it.
We're finally going to face Ardashir.
Yep. If only we had more intel, Perlica.
True. But even with Enfield's clearance levels provided by the Bandicord, we've still found nothing on him.
Mysterious.
Perhaps he only appeared recently, just like Neferith. Or maybe he's been lurking for ages, and has been around longer than the civilization band itself.
Maybe he slept in a rock like I did. It's hard to know. Is there a link between Ardashir and Neferith?
It's hard to say, but for now, there is no question that they are allies and have their gaze set upon the very large rift. And this is what truly confounds me. Their obsession with the ether side.
I mean, maybe they're just like emo teenagers and they're just obsessed with dark things. I think you're putting too much thought into this, Perlica.
The fact that they have means of manipulating ether is very disturbing as well.
Are you worried about me? We already know the answer to this, right?
I am. When facing Nefereth, you forcibly used your powers that weren't fully recovered. Thankfully, the suppressor restrained you. Otherwise, it was likely that you might have gone down with her. This definitely isn't what Endfield wants. And I really hope you can avoid these risks moving forward, Endman.
Alright, let's hug it out. I'm sorry. The decision's been made, though. Suck it up, Buttercup. Let's go. Chen, you have an ex-girlfriend who's a Delta operator? What's going on with that?
Enman, ready to move?
Yep. You're not excited about Zhuang's special task leader?
Of course I am! Anyways, it's just that, I think I might know them. That's all.
Might know that person? That's all?
I guess we'll know when we meet. Ayo. Things will always straighten themselves out.
Ayo, I guess you're right.
Let's just set off already. Our mission won't wait.
Alright, let's do it. Let's go. We have engaged in all optional dialogue. It is time to move. You know, since we're passing right by here, do I have anything I need to drop? Alright, cool.
You know, I've seen other Hongshan swordmasters, and everyone seems to perform the same move differently. Well...
Alright, let's go meet this elite soldier. This is shameful. On this account, I only do dailies on this account when I'm not recording. And even some dailies, like I don't even think I've done the depot node yet today on this account. What I never do is pick up like the rare materials. And I really should do that. Maybe this weekend I'll put a little time towards that. Because I'm going to have a hard time building a new team. Just from a resource point of view, because I haven't done a good job of managing my resources on this account.
All variables within estimates.
Take your rest. Ready. Thank you. Push forward. Get rushed. An easy victory.
We fought with both courage and prudence. Excellent work, everyone.
Verify and report personal status, team.
We'll bury you!
Here's our chance. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Good work, everyone.
A well-deserved victory.
Enman, this is the marker stone area.
The very beginning of the Sheer-Night Dam. The structure then extends downwards along the rift to mend the gaping wound of the land.
Didn't they say she was gonna meet up with us? She's the type of person who'd arrive hours ahead of time and wait. Or maybe it's not her after all.
Chen, what are you mumbling about?
See, even Perlica thinks you're mumbling, Chen. Enunciate. Speak with authority. Jeez.
Not my problem.
No, it's my problem that you're mumbling.
I know the way. Let's just head in already.
Okay, I guess Chen's in charge now.
People say that the essence shall reveal it.
So we got all these like wounded guys and stuff,
Is there
right?
something I missed?
Evacuees. Let's assume they're evacuees. They are evacuees. That's not an assumption. That's very clearly implied.
this material. Precipitation acid? Precipitation acid pools. This place was once stacked with Angeloid remains. The threats faced by the Wuling Science Expedition were more than just the rift in the Blight Tide.
So this is like a brief introduction of a new material for this patch. There's a whole side conversation to be had here that I don't want to delve into too much right now. But I will say I'm pretty satisfied with like the way they're adding new things to the factory without it being overwhelming. Like, it's very incremental increases that are just little steps.
That must be Ardashir.
He destroyed the road. He's trying to cut off access to the Marker Stone. Chen, do we have another path?
Of course. Just take the bottom trail.
Chen the genius. Why take a bridge when we can go under the bridge? Although, in fairness, like, that is our only option right now. So, alright, Chen, I'm with you. The bottom trail it is. Enman cannot glide, cannot climb, cannot even swim, but can leap from incredible heights without any concern for her safety. I have a whole theory, by the way, which at some point I will proffer it. I might actually throw it in a separate video about Enman's identity. Because I've decided that I think I know who Enman is. I think we're pretty comfortable with the idea, and it could be wrong, but I'm pretty comfortable at least with the idea of Enman being.
Has an inspection elevator. We can take it to head up directly.
Okay, thank you, Chen. I'm sorry I was over talking you. An elevator. Got it. Pretty comfortable with the idea of Enman being a reconvener of some sort. But while playing the
biggest, most powerful Jianshu pillar, it can totally stop the Blight Tide on its own.
Oh, well then why do we have all the other stuff? Why not just consolidate our efforts towards the one pillar and just reduce what we have to defend? I'm so confused, Chen.
There's so many Angeloid here. Is Ardashir behind this too?
Let's find out ASAP.
Probably. Can we work off the assumption that Ardashir is behind it? I do think Enman is a reconvener. I don't think Enman is the doctor.
Ready to support. Here's our chance. Trust in me. Crystallize. Face your head. Yeah, get crushed.
We fought with both courage and prudence. Excellent work, everyone.
Thank you, Ember.
Opening this door isn't too tough.
You're right, Chen.
Emergency broadcast. All personnel must evacuate at once.
That wasn't too tough at all.
Where's the exit, Chen?
The road is probably beneath the water. A mechanism for lowering water levels is definitely nearby. Before we do that, we gotta take out these Angeloid.
And also get new blueprints. Hey, give me the new blueprints. What's going on here? Alright, so new yeah, not just new blueprints, but like I said, additions to the factory. And I'm fine with new stuff in a new patch requiring use of new materials and new technologies introduced in the, you know, in the new patch. So like the need to use the precipitation acid and so forth, and a new heavy Zeronite to make the gear for this patch, like I'm A-okay with that. I consider that part of the progression that they're trying to introduce, and I'm okay with kind of pushing players where they have to do that. Like I'm good with that. What is interesting about it, though, is it's not super easy, and I have yet to see... Like, you would really have to have an elaborate blueprint to be able to generate those with any real quickness. And yet they are the preferred gear, the new gear, for the banner character. So they put players in a position where they're going to have to rush something that is very hard to rush if they want to, if they pull for Zhuangfang Yi and then want to quickly gear her up.
Nice job.
More realistically, players are going to pull for Zhuangfang Yi, put a good enough kit on her, or a good enough set of gear on her, and then over a course of a few weeks work on thank you, Chen. Work on building the the best possible kit.
It's working.
Edmund, there's a foothold down there.
Emergency broadcast. Emergency broadcast. All...
Yay, can I just jump down from here? I feel like I can. Let's give it a try.
The door is open. Let's head in. Woo-wee! Finally, the exit. Is that thunder? I gotta take a look.
Once I cut these to pieces, you'll see how well you hide. Huh? You were finished.
Help the Tiansha first.
Alright, let's do it.
We can help.
It's hiding again. Look around.
That is not an angler.
I don't care what it is, as long as it's dead.
Priscilla!
Ah, how did I miss?
In position.
That was some perfect teamwork.
Outstanding.
I mean, Arcane.
YSTF Task Leader Arcane. Rendezvous with Endfield is a success. Handing Field Command Authority over to the Administrator.
Thank you for your field command authority. So we get introduced to Arcane, and it's a great introduction. Like, that's a cool cutscene for them to bring her in on. Got kind of a techno lightning rave queen Arcane thing going on. Lots of fun. Great character design, which of course we'll be seeing a lot more as we continue to move forward. And cool theme. Lots of fun. Really like Arcane.
I shall support your forces with squad-level firepower, as well as any essential tactical support and advice for handling Etherside disasters. Any questions?
I have no questions.
Nope. Pleased to meet you, Arcane.
Likewise, Administrator. And to you as well, Supervisor Perlica of Endfield Industries. And of course, Operator Chen Yu.
Okay.
Poor
Tianshi
Chen.
Ximo. My orders were to evac.
Tianshi Jimo. So there's an entire like series of side quests around Tianshi Jimo. And they're not bad. They're kind of I don't know, they're a bit much, but they're not bad. I enjoyed them enough. And they involve another character that we'll get to later, and there's a bit of stuff going on there. It's not bad. I never get tired of how the rain interacts with the textures. It's super impressive. And here, this is actually a great opportunity to see like how nice Arcane's character design is. Like super cool. She looks amazing.
Apologies. I thought they were just trash Angoloid that I could take care of.
Yep. You bit off more than you could chew, Jimo.
If you're here, what about our North Wuling exclusion zone? Aren't we just dealing with a single enemy?
Our first step is to join the security section in the restricted area. The Sway Regulator has left a Farinmut heart at that location. We must be prepared.
I don't know what any of that means, but let's do it.
This enemy is something else.
Well, you haven't given us anything to contrast that with, so I'll just take that as a turn of phrase. What's the soy Oh, good, we get to ask about these things. I'd forgotten about that. What's the soy regulator?
A special organization of the HAS that is directly above the YSTF. The Soy Regulator is closely associated with mysterious Terran entities called Farinmuts.
So we also get a little bit more about the Farinmuts, right? Terran entities, as in not native to Talos 2. They go all the way back to when folks went through the Stargate from Terra to Talos 2. And of course that Stargate hasn't been active for, I forget what it is, a couple hundred years, something like that. So Farinmut being closely akin to like what the Doctor and others were, and Endman, where they're kind of the constraints of time work differently for them, right?
The Farinmut heart is a vessel capable of preserving the Farinmut's power. It is one of the crowning scientific achievements of HAS.
HAS, so scientifically advanced.
The very same power that I can allocate. To fight Ardashir, we need all the cards we can get.
That's right.
And don't stray too far from me, Endman. Your personal safety is also part of my mission objectives.
Oh, well, I'm flattered. Thank you.
Ugh. Do you see what I mean, Perlica? She really is just impossible to deal with.
Well, she has quite the personality. Though Lee is someone around our age, she does give off this rather special vibe. And it's different from what I felt with Tianshi Zhuang and Mi Fu.
I just never expected her to be Arcane.
So you work together at YSDF?
Endman, this might be something that Chen doesn't really want to talk about.
Hey, I don't need that lecture now, Perlica. Like, I get enough lectures, thank you very much. I'm the
It's
boss.
all right, Perlica. Until now, I just haven't wanted my personal business to hamper Endfield operations in Wuling. So, Endman, I actually was a YSDF reservist. Remember when Perlica said how I'm a little nervous about home? She's right. But it's not just being nervous. It's me... being disappointed in myself. After graduating from Tanjian Hall, I chose YSDF as my career. I thought joining the task force would allow me to help more people and defend my home. I thought I could be someone like Mom, a responsible and truly heroic master fighter. I didn't pass the exams. And even got into a super big fight with the best and most annoying reservist ever. Look at her. Nothing's changed. You saw her personality. I shouldn't be blamed for getting into a fight.
Nevertheless, it is also important that we work together. Chen, be strong and just put up with it for now.
Well, I don't care anymore anyway.
Lies. Alright. Arcane, ready to go. Oh, and off you go. I'm gonna stop right here for a second. Alright, I'm coming.
Tian Zhuang told us that your entire team is here. So where are the others?
You're an Endfielder now. I cannot divulge personnel assignments of the YSTF to you.
I was just trying to be nice to my old friends.
You can be nice after they complete their operations.
Why, you...
Help me focus on the mission.
Is that the Fair Moon Heart? Or its energy flow looks pretty special. Because, of course, Enman can, you know, sense things like that. And by the way, I have never, like, asked the question and really delved into, like, is this opaque, her mask? Does she, like, sense the world around here and not see it? Is she Geordi from Star Trek? Like, I don't know. There's a lot about the mask that I do not understand. Is that the Fair Moon Heart, Arcane?
The Faramut Heart is a technological product from the Age of Terra. Integration with Protocol Originium tech created the form we see today. The Marker Stone itself is also furnished with several hearts to keep it stable.
Should we put Chen on the spot? Thank goodness Ardashir hasn't found this place.
Really? Or maybe he's aiming for something else.
If you're gonna think out loud, you have to share with everyone, Arcane.
The enemy has the initiative, and it is very unsettling. All right. I must borrow the power within the Faramut Heart. The charge-up will take some time, which we can use to share intel. The target, Ardashir, has taken the Marker Stone area. We suspect his aim is to disable the Marker Stone. The target's arts created fire that does not match Originium art's theory, and actually exhibits ether energy properties. And within 30 minutes of his appearance, anomalous energy entities began appearing nearby. I'm still unsure.
I gathered its data during combat. It exhibits abnormal depth readings and blight-like properties.
A thorough analysis during that brief encounter. But you mentioned blight-like, a walking blight form.
I know there are no precedents on the record. But when analyzing this together with Neferith's actions in Valley 4, Ardashir is likely to have mastered more advanced means of manipulating the blight.
A blight. My powers will indeed play a significant role. Charge up is almost complete, Endman. What is our next course of action?
Oh, I get to choose? There's so many options.
Push into the Marker Stone and capture Ardashir.
Oh, I guess that actually is the most logical one. I was gonna go with Pizza Party, but that makes way more sense, I suppose.
Roger. Hostile activity. It's coming from the Cloudrest Woods.
What's over there?
A Tianshi pillar, and an emergency repair team deployed just moments ago. But the situation at the marker stone is just as desperate. This might be an enemy's attempt to delay us.
We can't let this go unchecked.
Endman, it's your call.
We'll save the people first.
Classic Emman. Saving those people. Okay, before we go save the people. Alright. Tianchi on a Fahrenheit research project. Mentor, do you know anything about the proxy? I read through the records at the Sui regulator. Sui regulator. She matches none of the Fahrenheit Sui's proxies. The power she revealed when building the Fahrenheit heart was really bewildering. Maybe she isn't one of the original 12 proxies. There are so many questions. Perhaps we will only find the answers by studying the traces she left behind. I shall remain in Wuling for a few more days. Now, I'm unaware. This has already been, like, blowing up the Reddit and everything else. Like, people are really interested in this. And I think there's a general feeling, and I would share it, that this is foreshadowing of a playable character, like, quite a ways down the road. Which is fun and cool, and I like that. But I don't have, any theories beyond that, and maybe some folks do, probably particularly based on like some, original Arknights characters and stuff like that. And I haven't really deep dived that, like I haven't read a lot of those or anything. But I just the same am like excited by the potential there, right? Now,
The station to the woods is outside. We should verify the situation ASAP.
Could it be Ardashir? I thought he was busy sabotaging the marker stone.
Wuling City lost a whole area to this one guy. A rare sight indeed. But not unexpected.
Huh. But when it comes to pulls, my priority is still the rerun banner and Arcane. And at some point in the future, they'll drop Lycia. I've seen like, speculation videos and leak videos and stuff like that. And honestly, for me, they're the same thing. I don't, the studio may intentionally leak stuff from time to time just to build hype, but I don't, like some rando on YouTube, which, would include me as well. I don't give that any credibility in terms of when or if Arcane's going to be a playable character. Certainly she will, but when is, I don't think, clear to anyone.
Ether energy. Is that the arts he wields?
That dude is really trying to destroy the marker stone on his own.
There's no time to waste.
Well, then let's go. Wait a minute. Oh, this guy's gold. I think that means he's two of the, yeah, 2 of the index points, which will come in handy soon. It won't be long before we access and it's actually right down here, the new factory area for 1.2. Related to that, I finally got around to getting this account's factories for Wuling, like, up to speed. It wasn't rocket surgery, I just sent blueprints from my main account over to this account. My factory in my main account, or factories in my main account, aren't amazing, but they are effective.
Outcome achieved through strong teamwork.
So this is, of course, the wrong way.
Excellent.
But right over here, this giant square area is where, the factory will be for 1.2. We'll get there. Oh, little buddy. I'll get you up later. Sorry. But in order to really, like, I'm actually, on this account, the factory is already at a little bit of risk because I don't have all the resource nodes. I'm not mining everything that I need to be mining in Wuling right now, or in Valley 4 either. And so one of my, like, little side projects this weekend is getting all the nodes set up so that as I bring those blueprints over from my main account, I can do so with confidence that it's not going to cause, like, just... Because what happens is, if you jeopardize your ability to manufacture batteries, then you lose power, and then your whole factory just kind of falls apart, and it's super frustrating. I've had it happen once on my main account. I don't even know how it happened. Like, I still haven't figured out, because I was, as far as I could tell, I was generating all the resources I needed. It never should have happened. But it did, and consequently created a lot of extra work for me on my main account. So now, two things. One, I'm always making sure that, like, my resource yield is adequate to support what I'm trying to do with my factories. And two, I always keep about 2,000 batteries in reserve, just in case something happens.
Right ahead.
You know, with the hope of mitigating, you know, if I can catch it in time, if those 2,000 batteries last long enough. Alright, this guy's kind of...
Reinforcements? Take out the Angler first.
Okay, well, that sounds good. We'll do that.
Outstanding technique. Impressive. Nicely done.
In position.
Is this Ardashir's power? The color is just so weird. And is that a rift?
Are these swords part of Ardashir's arts? This rift is nothing like those in Valley 4. Well, I mean...
Seems like it. Depth readings are extremely abnormal. When the Tianxia pillars were damaged, rifts began to appear. This is definitely the power of ether.
Wait! Don't get any closer.
YSTF. We'll handle this.
We can't let this go unchecked, you rando scientist.
A way to contain the rift must be found.
I feel like that was obvious to everyone in the room, Perlica, but just the same, it's good that we've got it out in the open, that we've expressed it out loud.
Tianxia pillar! It can keep the rift contained. I mean, if it still works.
I know which is that pillar.
Get back to the city. Direct contact with the rift is too dangerous for you.
You can count on us, rando scientist.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Oh, don't feel bad. It's not that we don't want you to be a hero, it's that we don't want you to die a hero.
Sorry about this. We wanted to help too.
Well, there are other things that can be done. The kitchen needs to be swept and mopped. It wasn't the delays, though, was it, Arcane? You were worried about them, you big softy.
If the commander's aim is to keep them safe, then they should leave. It's as simple as that.
Man, Arcane, such a hard ass.
I know the dangers of the rift. Too well, in fact. The disaster from the past must not strike again.
Look at those eyes. There's a backstory there. Chen knows the backstory. She's just not telling.
Anyway, Restarting the Tianxia Pillar can be achieved with just Chen and I.
What? Chen's face. I like the facial expressions in this game. I think they do a good job.
What?
Yes. What?
I hope you have not forgotten the training you had.
Hey, stop saying that! My grades were just as good as yours.
Aw, see, they're secretly buddies. They're not adversaries, Perlica.
Activate the Tianxia Pillar first.
Okay.
Avoid the traces Ardashir left.
I will do my best. Oh, we get like a thing here. Okay, so this is a minigame we played before. We played on like the first Qingbo Stockade map, not the one that's the actual stockade, but the, I forget what it's called. Anyway, like the very first map that we enter Wuling on has one of these puzzles as well, right? And there's the yin and the yang. Is it yin, yang? I have no idea. The innie and the outie, and you just gotta do them in the right sequence. This one actually isn't bad. There's one that's a bit harder later in a side quest. Alright. Easy enough. There's only 3 of them.
The auxiliary pillars should be activated based on the divinograms from the bottom to the top. Let's give that a try.
Well, that's why we look where we're going. I almost fell in the water, turned the other way, and immediately fell in the water. Good job, Enmin. This is why they put you in charge of Endfield, because you're a genius.
It's working!
Good. Time to find the next one.
I see the next one. I just gotta get over there without falling in the water, which appears to be the biggest challenge that I'm going to face in today's playthrough. Oh, yeah, this is in the way. I gotta, like, go around.
Bring it on! You're fighting me! Everything's within estimates.
Here's our chance!
People? Here?
I also hear people. Look, the people.
I say, we should keep hiding in the water.
We can't hide forever. The entire thing blew up in our faces. Wuling's gonna make us pay.
Uh-oh.
Tanzai pirates. Up to no good again.
Hold on! We're just trying to help.
Oh, so we should remember this guy, right? He popped up repeatedly in 1.1.
You look familiar. Oh, it's you! The pair of sneaks who ran away from Qingbo Stockade.
Working for Ardashir?
Huh? Arda, who?
Got no time to question them. I'll just eliminate the risks.
Dang. Arcane's not playing around.
Wait. Just don't! They're definitely not working for him.
Yeah. We're trapped here too. We sneaked through the secret tunnel to find our grandpa's stuff.
Your grandpa left stuff at the marker stone? Like, there's so much to unpack here.
It's hard to believe, but I can't do nothing about it. We were trying to visit Grandpa one last time before we hightail it out of this place. Curse our luck.
So you were trying to activate the auxiliary pillar?
We gotta make it work, or there'll be no way out. And I saw Tianxia fiddling with something similar. If we switch it on, a path will definitely appear.
We shouldn't waste time here. Let them go. These guys are losers. They don't mean anything to us.
Head down the way we came from. There'll be a raft station. The raft should still be there.
Oh, thank you so much. We mean it.
So this is kind of a silly exchange, honestly, but it does set the table for an entire series of mini quests later in the patch. And that is actually like not bad. It's fairly interesting and really devs out these two characters that throughout both 1.1 and up to this point 1.2 were kind of silly characters without you know, remember we meet them, they're fighting, and like Rusty Hook over here is like dead set on joining the Landbreakers, and Iron Boatswain is opposed to that. He just wants to oppose the status quo in Qingbo, and they're going back and forth. And now we get to this point, and then their story continues to advance, and it's more substantive than what we see just in the main arc.
Once again, you've saved our lives.
Well,
Did you just let them go like that? You used to be way less forgiving.
well, in fairness, Chen, you're the one who asked her to do that.
I do not question the Endman's orders.
That's right, you better not. I like how she looks like blushes at that.
Endman, let's activate the auxiliary pillar.
And Perlica, once again, jealous. Poor Perlica, man. Perlica's crush always getting stolen by other people. Alright. We just got one more yin and or yang. I think it's yang. To do. So there's like a whole area past this. Right? If we were to jump down there, and which we're not going to do right now because it's not part of the main story arc. But there's a whole like place back there. It's kind of interesting, actually. They made it. They gave some substance to it that kind of made it its own interesting little place. Of course. I suck. This is going to be a recurring theme in 1.2, by the way. Me jumping and missing things. There's a part coming up in the story. It's a ways away. It has quite a bit of jumping, and when I went through on my
auxiliary pillars have been activated.
Yay.
Now we can reactivate the Jianshu pillar. Let's go.
Let's go. When I did it on my main account, I fell like 4 times. And it's not even intended to be that hard. I just suck at jumping in this game, I guess.
I'll handle the rift.
Oh. Okay. Don't forget about the big sword crosses. They're really more crosses. Why are we not saying crosses? I assume because that would be, and I'm not just like, you know, taking an opportunity to take like an easy pot shot at the PRC. Genuinely, I think, even though they are like very clearly, they look more like crosses than they do like swords. I think calling them crosses would be problematic, versus calling them swords for like the domestic PRC audience and for, you know, Big Brother over there.
YSTF is your go-to specialist for handling Etherside disasters. This should be a piece of cake for her.
A piece of cake. Well, then why are we here?
It's Ardashir's arts.
I'll break it. It's done.
Yes, we see that. Good job, Arcane. Techno Queen Arcane strikes again. It's time to get to the marker stone. Enough playing around over here.
If this is his attempt to delay us,
Then it's working, is that what you're gonna say?
then perhaps Tianshi Zhuang and I made the right guess. This is just an obvious feint to lure us to this place.
But his feint hit the marker stone and made a rift. We can't just ignore it.
Well, I mean, that's true. It's more of a diversion than it is a feint.
I have a feeling that he's doing it to get the Endmen to come here.
Yeah, I mean, that still meets all the criteria described by Perlica, Chen.
No matter. Just move fast and neutralize Ardashir. That will help Wuling regain the initiative. Let's go to the Lake Island.
You used a power that resisted the rift. Is it derived from the device on your arm?
Yes.
Its working principles look similar to Sheernite.
The Pheramid power it can use is limited, unlike the Serenite with its regenerative property.
I suppose it's why we need the power of the heart in the restricted area. Glad to have a trump card on our side.
So I really like the storm. As I said just a few minutes ago, I think, 10 out of 10 when it comes to like environmental design and kind of painting the picture. And the storm that's taking place here is definitely a huge part of that. Really enjoy it.
Marker Stone is close. If the Endman is with us, we may have a chance to capture Ardashir alive.
Have you fought him before?
No. He always kept a safe distance. But of all the casters I've met, very few of them is on par with Ardashir.
You think he's very powerful?
He's very strange. He might be wearing a bodysuit to conceal his true looks. It's raining harder.
I can't hear anything except for the rain.
So they say that. They have Arcane say that, and then they just leave it there. Like, it begs so many questions. Is Ardashir's appearance to us not his actual appearance? Like, what gave Arcane the impression that that was the case? And, like, what does that mean for us? There's so much going on there. We don't get a solid understanding of what's actually being hinted at or what it means. I have a lot of questions, but I don't even have, like, theories. I don't know. I actually don't believe that to be the case. Aside from Arcane's comment, we don't get any other indications of that.
Hold on. Contact.
You're here.
What? It's talking. Right, so we should recognize that voice immediately.
This thing, it talks?
Just as I've said at Chungbo Stockade, we meet again. Administrator.
Quiet.
It speaks with the voice of Ardashir.
I'll lead the way.
Okay.
An impatient one.
Stay close. I'll cut a way through.
These phantoms aren't attacking us.
As long as you hunt for your memories, and as long as you wish to fulfill your supposed duties, we shall meet again.
He's controlling these phantoms remotely. Has he already reached the marker stone?
I'll take him to the sleigh regulator to stand trial.
Is that the plan, Arcane? A trial?
As for this member of the YSTF, you are quite unlike the others. Your rejection of the rift is rooted in hatred. I have seen people like you. Eons ago, the ranks of warriors were filled with your kind.
Where's your move, Ardashir?
Alright, so we get a couple of things there, honestly. One, we get an indication of how long Ardashir's been around, which would... Yeah, I think we had already established that he goes back to Terra in terms of his origins, but he's referring to events from...
Fragments and phantoms never stood a chance against the successor of Originium. This hard-earned initiative of mine should be used for proper discourse.
I see the entrance.
Okay, Eons. Eons is a long time, and he's talking about that as if he was there firsthand, like he saw it himself. And then also, like, is there more underneath that comment about Arcane? Is he just saying you're that type of person, or is he saying that she possesses, like, a very specific attribute that we would associate from warriors so long ago?
It has become a sword and a wall.
I think I've seen these before.
Okay, so I think that's really important. I don't think that just means seen this before. Like, yes, Emman, you saw it 15 minutes ago when we cleared that other Tianxia pillar. And I don't think that's what we're meant to perceive here. This is from Enmin's, like, distant memories, or even her reconvener memories, of something probably seen in Terra, not even here in Talos 2. We don't get, like, more clarity on that, I don't think. At least that I recall. We'll see as the story advances. But that's definitely my perception of that.
These phantoms are closing in on us.
Uh-oh.
You should have guessed that my objectives are the very large rift. And you, Administrator. Come and face me. Accept our inevitable battle. Or head back to Wuling and bring the innocent away from the vicinity of the rift. If you comply, I shall persuade Nefereth to abandon violence. Killing the Terrans will only impede our enterprise.
Okay, this is a really weird use of Terrans right here. Because normally throughout this story, I would associate referring to Terrans as referring to the actual, like, folks on Terra, in that, which this is not. This is Talos 2. But here I think it's being used in a different term, or a different way. Killing the Terrans meaning those who originated in Terra, being those that came through the Stargate, and their descendants, because at this point most of these folks would be descendants and not originally folks who came through the Stargate. So you would not speak about, like, you wouldn't say killing the humans unless you were somehow excluding yourself from human. So when he says killing the Terrans, it's almost like he excludes himself from that demographic. Or if not himself, then certainly like Nefereth, which is a really interesting thing. So his side is different than the descendants of those that came through the Stargate.
You have no right to tell people to leave their homes.
Then I shall patiently wait for you at the marker stone. That being said, I have yet to personally assess the extent of your vestigial powers. Forgive my trespasses, Administrator.
Entman,
Yes, Verlica.
take out these phantoms, then open the entrance.
Alright, we get arcane music.
Defeated phantoms will rise again. Don't drop your guard.
Make an opening for the Endmen. Take your end.
Ready to report.
So these guys make some fairly interesting foes to fight against, in the sense that you got to fight them twice, which is not original in video games, not a big deal. But I think more interesting is their attack sequence, where you have these multiple attacks that you have to, ideally all evade, which I'm doing evade all of them, and I'm doing a very poor job of that. But then also that explosion at the end, which can potentially be problematic. So they're fairly squishy, relatively speaking, but...
I'll keep them engaged. Do it!
Almost there. Yeah.
Oh man, teamwork makes the dream work. But yeah, interesting adversaries. Kind of a little bit glass cannon-y and require you to really pay a lot of attention. Probably would be more interesting to fight as a ranged character. When you fight him as a melee character, which obviously Emin is, then you really end up kind of face tanking a lot of it. That's great teamwork back there. We made the dream work back there. It's such cheap entertainment to use that rhyme, but so much fun.
I only fulfilled your command.
Oh, take some credit, Arcane.
Open the entrance. That's all.
Hey, our Endman just commended you. A bit of honest appreciation doesn't cost much, you know.
Oh, calm down, Chen. Get off the D.
I am being honest. The marker stone is just ahead. Your orders, Endman.
Crush it. No, that's not what we're supposed to do. Time to take care of Ardashir. And yet we know that Ardashir is actually waiting for us to do exactly that, right? That is Ardashir's objective. Okay, so as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, like,
Where should we go next?
the 1.2 story takes a bit more time to burn through than I had expected, and we kind of get a logical breaking point here. So I want to go ahead and stop this video right here, because some of these story segments are long enough that if it might be another 30 minutes or more of gameplay if we go into the next segment, and I don't necessarily want to push the video that long. So let's take a little bit of a break here, and I think we are not, to be clear, and also at some point today I need to use up my extra sanity and address some of this other stuff. I think I'm sitting on a few pulls for the standard banner. Nah, only 7. Bad luck. Sorry, you don't get to see pulls. Maybe when I'm recording tomorrow I will have earned. So I think I'm close to earning a few more of those pulls. Anyway, okay, so let's wrap the video here. No pulls for us today. But when we circle back around, we will continue to pursue Ardashir into this, what is it called? The Marker Stone? So we'll be pushing into there, which is a whole different playable area and was advertised as such, right? So this is like the map playable area. But then there's some other playable areas that are not instanced exactly, but are kind of, they're compartmentalized and they're not part of the big map area like this. Also, I don't think we have to go too much farther into the story before we get to the point where we're accessing the new factory area. And even as it is right now, if I wanted to do it before I move forward in the story, I could already access the mining nodes here and get those up and running. And unlike all the work that I have to do in Valley 4 to finish getting that up to speed, I still have several mining nodes that I have to hit there. In Wuling, it's actually not that bad because I think I got all of them already here. Ooh, there might be one down here, and I haven't even gone down there yet. But otherwise, we got that one, we got that one, we got that one, we got that one. I think we're mostly good on Wuling. And oh, are we actually good on this map? Maybe we're good on this map. Am I missing something? I don't think I am. I think we're good. So all we actually need to do, and we're doing everything in Qingbo, right? No, we still haven't hit that one. So we got, I got to go back and get one of the Cuprium nodes because we're going to end up using a lot of Cuprium once we migrate that blueprint over from the main account. So we need to, after today's story, assuming that I open up this area, I need to make sure I get some mining equipment on all those nodes. Okay, so I'll be back in just a few minutes. We'll get one more video knocked out today. When we come back, we pursue Ardashir into the Marker Stone. Thank you, and I will see you soon.